Hello, my name is Keith Hone. I'm the Hansen Professor of Chemical Engineering and Editor-in-Chief of Catalysts. I'm very pleased today to talk to you for a few minutes about Catalysts, about where it's been and where it's going in the future. Catalyst was formed in 2011 by MDPI. It is an open source journal, which means that all articles are available to anybody in the world for free. We are dedicated to making Catalyst the number of choice of people who want to publish in open source fashion. I've had a wonderful time as Editor-in-Chief of Catalysts. I got the opportunity to take on this role in 2011 as the journal was being launched. It's been a great experience ever since. I particularly enjoyed working with the people in Catalysts. I get to work with people all over the world in the Catalysts community. I get to work with our talented editorial staff, our excellent editorial board, and guest editors who bring new life and new ideas to the journal. And that's been very gratifying. I get to work with people I probably wouldn't have otherwise. I also really enjoy working in this role because I get to see what the community is interested in. I get to see all the manuscripts that come into Catalyst, so I get to see what people are really excited about. And I get to see when we launch special editions, which editions really take off, which editions people are excited to publish in. And so that's gratifying to me to really have a pulse on the Catalyst community. A third thing I've enjoyed is working with the guest editors. In several cases, we've had guest editors who are rather young in their careers. And many of these, it's their first time working through the editorial process. And I think it's a learning experience. I think it's a valuable experience for them. So it's very gratifying to me that perhaps that's a helpful thing in their careers. And a final thing I just really enjoy is I get to publish people's papers. That's such a big step as a researcher. When you get your work out there, you get it published, it always feels good because we want to do work that's important. We want to do work that people care about. And so publishing it in a journal like Catalyst is a way of showing the world what we're really doing. And so it's fun for me to be involved in that process. As much fun as I've had working with Catalysts for the last 5 years, I'm almost more excited to see where it goes in the future. There's a couple things I'd like to see happen for Catalysts in the next few years. The first thing is I'd like to see the range of authors who are submitting articles to us, I'd like to see that increase. I think right now you have kind of a core group of people who are interested in open source type publishing, who have submitted articles to Catalyst, and we're very grateful for those people. But I think there's a second group of people who maybe are just satisfied publishing where they've always published and maybe haven't considered us. And I really like those people to be involved in our journal as well. I think that would help us because we'd have a broader range of articles coming in, but I think that would help those people as well because it might provide some new readership that they don't reach with where they're publishing right now. The other thing I'd like to see happen is I'd like to see our number of citations continue to rise. It's been exciting to see it rise for the last 4 years as we've gotten more attention, but I want to see it continue to rise. We got an impact factor last year of 2.0, and we expect that's going to rise next year. But we hope that continues to rise, that our articles continue to get the attention they deserve, because it's important to us that when someone publishes with us, the article receives the attention that it deserves, and it really is an article that can impact the field. There have been a lot of highlights for me over the last few years in working with Catalysts, but there's a couple of things I'll point out. The first is a special issue that's near and dear to my heart because I got to edit it, which was our feature papers to celebrate the landmarks of Catalysts. We published this in late 2014. It was an issue that we published at the time we were getting our first impact factor. We'd be indexed in the major indices. Exciting things were happening for our journal, and so we chose that time to publish a special edition that really reflects on those landmarks and highlights some outstanding research going on around the world. And so I got the chance to invite articles from people all around the world. They published in all kinds of areas. I think it's a very exciting journal that pretty much anyone can find something of interest in there, whether you work in catalyst synthesis, polymerization, molecular modeling, biomass conversion, whatever you work in. I think you're going to find at least one manuscript, one article in there that you'll enjoy. A second highlight for me is a recent edition we published in electrocatalysis. This received a lot of attention. We've published 35 articles in that special edition, which just shows how hot that topic is right now. And I think that edition is really poised to make a large impact on the field. A final special edition I'd like to point you to is a few years older, but it's an issue in photocatalysis. Another issue where we had a lot of response, a lot of articles submitted. We published over 20 articles in that issue. And it's an issue that contains some really relevant and important review articles and also original research. But I think even though it was published in 2013, I think it holds up today and really can be a benefit to people working in that area.